Hello everyone, this is the second session of fourth lesson heat, and today we are going to begin with transfer of heat. And the heat flows from a hotter object to colder object, and this is called as transfer of heat. So the heat will flow from hotter object to colder object, that is known as transfer of heat. And there are three types of transfer of heat, that is conduction, convection and radiation. So there are three types of transfer of heat. They are conduction, convection and radiation. So first we will study about conduction. The first one is conduction. Conduction, the process by which heat is transferred from hotter end to colder end is known as conduction. So the heat is transferred from hotter end to colder end. That process is known as conduction, and conduction occurs only in solids. Conduction occurs only in solids. Conduction occurs only in solids. Let us do an activity. For that you have to take an iron or aluminium rod and you have to fix pieces of wax on the iron or aluminium rod. So imagine that this is an iron rod. Imagine. So you have to take a pieces of wax. You know what is wax? In candles you can get the wax. So you can take a pieces of wax and fix it on this rod, and each waxes should be of equal distance. Each waxes should be of equal distance, and the one end of the rod, one end of this rod should be placed in between two bricks. So in between two bricks you can keep this one end of the rod, and the other end of the rod should be heated using a candle or a burner. So using a candle or a burner you can heat the other end of the rod. So after some times you can see that the wax melts and falls down. After a few minutes you can see that the wax will be melting and it falls down, and it continues like this. So starting from one it goes like this, and all the waxes will be melted off. So this proves that the heat always transferred from hotter end to colder end. So already it starts from here. The waxes started to melt from here. Then it goes to the other waxes. So always heat is transferred from hotter end to colder end. So this is an experiment to prove conduction. Now let us study what are conductors and insulators. So the materials which allow heat to pass through them are called conductors. So the materials which allow heat to pass through them easily are called conductors. And examples for conductors are iron, copper, aluminum, etc. are examples for conductors. So what are conductors? The materials which allow heat to pass through them are called conductors, and few examples are iron, copper, aluminum, gold. These are all examples for conductors. And the materials which do not allow heat to pass through them are called insulators. So materials which do not allow heat to pass through them are called insulators. So they will not allow heat to pass through them. Those type of materials are called insulators. And examples are plastic, rubber, paper. These are all examples for insulators. So two terms, what are conductors, what are insulators. So what are conductors? Yes, the materials which allow heat to pass through them are called conductors, and examples are iron, copper, aluminum, gold. These are all examples for conductors, and the materials which do not allow heat to pass through them are called insulators. And few examples are plastic, rubber, paper. These are all examples for insulators. Now let us study the second type of transfer of heat, that is the convection. So the process by which heat is transferred in liquids and gases from the hotter part to the colder part is known as the convection. So here also heat is transferred from hotter part to colder part, but it happens or it occurs only in liquids and gases. So convection occurs only in liquids and gases. So convection occurs only in liquids and gases. So what is convection? The process by which heat is transferred in liquids and gases from the hotter part to the colder part. This is known as convection. Now let us do an activity to prove convection. For that you have to take a round bottom flask. So you have to take a round bottom flask, fill it with water. So you have to fill the flask with water, and after that you have to place the flask on a tripod. You have to place the flask on a tripod. Tripod means three-legged stand, three legs. Three-legged stands are called tripods. You have to place the flask on the tripod. After that, you have to put some crystals of potassium permanganate into this flask. So, into this flask, you have to put some crystals of potassium permanganate. And after that, heat it with a burner. So, using a burner, you can heat this flask. And the water at the bottom becomes hot and rises up. So what happens when it is heating? Yes, the water at the bottom becomes hot and it will rises up. And the cold water from the top moves down, and the cold water from the top, it moves down. So it is like a cycle. The hot water from the bottom goes up and the cold water from the top goes down. So this cycle continues and till the water is heated. So this cycle continues till the water in the bottle or the flask heats. And this shows that heat is transferred by convection. So understood, children? I'll tell you once more. So you have to take a round bottom flask. You have to fill it with water. And after that you have to place this flask on a tripod. And after that you have to put some crystals of potassium permanganate into this water. And after that you have to heat this flask. Using a burner you can heat this flask. After while heating, what happens? The water at the bottom started to becomes hot and it moves upward. So it moves upward and the cold water from the top moves downward. And this cycle continues till the water gets heated. And this shows that heat is transferred by convection. Next, we will study about convection in air. So do you know how heat travels in air? The hot air from the ground rises up. The hot air from the ground rises up and the cold air from the up comes down. The cold air from the up comes down and this cycle continues, and in this way the air gets heated. So in this way, so the hot air goes up and the cold air comes down and this cycle continues, and in this way the air gets heated. Let us do an activity to confirm this. For that you have to take a lighted candle. So imagine that this is a lighted candle. So you have to place one hand above the lighted candle. So one hand should be kept above the lighted candle and the other hand at the side of the flame or at the candle, at the side of the flame. You have to keep the other hand at the side of the flame. After a few minutes, you can notice that the hand that is above the candle or above the flame feels hotter because of convection. So due to convection, the hand above the candle gets heated up, and the hand that is placed at the side of the candle does not get heated because there is no convection. Because there is no convection, the hand that is placed at the side does not feel any hot. So this is an example to prove convection. Another example of convection is sea breeze and land breeze. Sea breeze and land breeze. So first we will study about sea breeze. And sea breeze occurs during daytime. So sea breeze occurs only during daytime. And what happened is that during daytime the land gets heated faster than the sea. So during daytime the land gets heated up quickly than the sea, and the air from the land moves towards the sea. So during daytime the land gets heated up fast and the air from the land moves into the sea, and the cold air from the sea moves towards the land. The cold air from the sea moves towards the land, and this is known as sea breeze. So I'll repeat it. Sea breeze occurs only during daytime. During daytime the land gets heated faster, and what happens? The air also gets heated up, and the air from the land moves towards the sea, and the cold air from the sea moves towards the land, and this is known as sea breeze. So next one is the land breeze. And this land breeze occurs only at night. And what happens here is during night the land becomes cooler. And the cold air from the land moves towards the sea. So the cool air from the land moves towards the sea, and the hot air from the sea moves towards the land. And this is known as land breeze. And land breeze occurs only during night time. And night time what happens is that the land becomes colder. And what happened? The air also becomes cooler. So cold air from the land moves towards the sea, and the hot air from the sea moves towards the land. And this process is known as land breeze. So this is about the second type of transfer of heat known as convection. Now we will study about the third type of transfer of heat known as radiation. So radiation is the process by which heat is transferred from one place to another without the help of any medium. And that process is known as radiation. And the example is the heat from the sun reaches the earth by radiation. So the heat from the sun reaches the earth by radiation. So this is an example for radiation. So the heat from the sun reaches the earth by radiation. So what is radiation? Radiation is the process by which heat is transferred from one place to another without the help of any medium. And the example is the heat from the sun is transferred to the earth by radiation. Next we will study about the kinds of clothes we wear in summer and winter. So in summer we prefer to wear light colored clothes, and in winter we usually wear dark colored clothes. And this dark color objects absorb more heat than light colored objects. So in summer you know that we always prefer to wear light colored dress, and during winter season to cold season we prefer to wear dark colored clothes. And this dark colored object has a capacity to absorb more heat than the light colored object, and this is the reason we feel more comfortable in light colored clothes. So in summer, that is why we feel comfortable to wear light colored clothes in summer season. And these woolen clothes keep us warm during winter. It is so because wool is a poor conductor of heat. So you know that during winter season we wear woolen clothes. So what happened is that this wool is a poor conductor of heat. So wool is a poor conductor of heat. and it has air trapped in between the fibers. So this woolen clothes has the capacity to trap the air in between the woolen clothes. So that wool is a poor conductor of heat. So that's all about this fourth lesson, heat. Before winding up, we will just go for a quick recap. So in this session, we have studied about transfer of heat. So what is heat? Transfer of heat? The heat flows from a hotter object to colder object, that is known as transfer of heat. And there are three types of transfer of heat, that is conduction, convection and radiation. So first we discuss about conduction. Already I told you conduction occurs only in solids, and the process by which heat is transferred from hotter end to colder end is known as conduction. So the heat is transferred from hotter to colder end, that is known as conduction, and conduction occurs only in solids. And next one we studied about convection. Convection is the process by which heat is transferred in solids and gases from hotter end to colder end. So convection occurs only in liquids and gases. Here also heat is transferred from hotter end to colder end. And the third type of transfer of heat was radiation, and radiation is the process by which heat is transferred from one place to another without the help of any medium, that is known as radiation. So that's all. See you next class. Thank you, children.